It's Sonic racing all around the world. So I just played the beta for Sonic Racing Crossworlds and yeah, that was pretty good. If you just want my general thoughts on it, is that I think it's just a very fun kart racer. But that does not mean it was perfect. I mean, I know this is just a beta, but like, some things definitely could be better. One thing I'll just get out of the way is that I'm actually pretty damn happy that Sega actually decided to release this beta publicly. Because I don't know how the SMIC you were supposed to get the closed beta, because I was not in the loop when that was happening, but the fact they decided to just drop the beta on basically every console for people to play, and just to download and just play, was actually pretty epic. It gives losers like me the chance to play it and make some content out of it, which is pretty rad. And also I'm actually pretty glad that Sonic Team decided to make this one instead of Sumo Digital, because despite me really liking the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing games, I will say that last game, Team Sonic Racing, was pretty damn underwhelming. And I can confidently say that Crossworlds is way better than Team Sonic Racing. Hell, I'd probably go as far as to say Crossworlds is probably my favourite Sonic Racing game right now. I'll probably get cooked for that take, but I don't know. In terms of gameplay, it's pretty standard stuff. There's not anything like super duper wacky that you'd not find in any other car race. It's pretty standard. But it does have its few unique features. So you know in a car race you always get that one CPU that's just like really good at everything and like that you just want to see their head on a stick? Well, Crossworlds takes that and just basically makes it a gameplay mechanic with little cutscenes. I also think the character interactions and all those little rival cutscenes are really nice. Like, they didn't have to add these, but the fact that they did is just really cool. And I just think they're neat. But the whole thing that makes this thing stand out from the rest is, you know, the Crossworld thing. You know, the thing that the game is named after. And I think that whole mechanic is pretty good. You know, I mean, hey, have you wanted to go looping to another track for no reason? No? Well, too bad. You're going to Dino Jungle, Sunshine. Although, because this is a beta, I did encounter, like, the same, like, 5 Crossworld tracks over and over and over, and, well, that's probably going to be different in the final game because there's more than 2 tracks in this beta, but, like, it did get a little bit tedious. I mean, on the online mode, you do get more tracks, but, like, in the cut mode, you only get, like, a handful. And I just think it's really cool they added all the extreme gear and the Babylon Rogues to the game, considering the last time they appeared in a Sonic game was that one Kinect game that no one liked. Yeah, it's just really cool to see them again. I wasn't expecting them to come back, but hey, I'm not complaining. And for the extreme gear itself, if I had to compare it to anything, I'd probably compare it to the bikes in Mario Kart. You know, they feel different from the karts, but not like too dissimilar. But, you know, they have a little bit more movement to them, and honestly I think I might prefer them over the karts, even though I do tend to use the karts quite a bit, because I just like simple things, okay? And I think now's a good time to mention the gadgets. Holy smeg, these are kind of awesome. So, if you've seen the marketing for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, you'd probably notice that their tricks are like, really damn slow. And you know why? It's because they weren't using the smegging upgrades, because this company doesn't know how to market their game. And using the fast trick upgrade changes the game so much. It basically turns it from Sonic Rotisserie Chicken to Sonic Racing. Like, I don't think the trick speed is horrible, but it's just really jarring when I actually use it in comparison to the really fast one, where it's really smegging fast. But it's just really damn fun to mess around with. It's just so stupid, but I can do like a million tricks and it's just really fun. And on the topic of marketing, they really should have used the dynamic camera because it makes the game look so much more fast. Okay, back to the actual game. I think that the customization is pretty darn in-depth for the kind of game this is. Like, you get to customize your body parts and your wheels and your paint. Yeah, that's kind of obvious, but you get to go really in-depth with the customization. Like, even down to the materials that you use for certain parts of it. Again, they didn't need to do this, but the fact that they did, it's just pretty cool. Also, I made the Smegmobile. There it is, it's the Smegmobile. Now, for the actual track design, to be honest, it's pretty good. My only real issue with it is that sometimes it can feel pretty cramped, and with the slightly heavy turning of the cars, it can cause me to drive into walls more times I'd like to admit. But the track design here, it's pretty damn good. And that's kind of an important thing to nail with kart races, obviously. Now, the thing that this beta was released for, the online. I only managed to record the normal online mode the last day of the beta because there was like a Persona event going on. Also, Joker doesn't have any voice lines, I just thought I'd let you know. And on the last day of the beta, the online did crash, like, multiple smegging times. And I guess this is probably to do with it being the last day, because the first few times I played it, the online was like perfectly fine, it was perfectly smooth, but yeah, I really hope this gets fixed, but it probably will, it's a smeckin' beta. But the online tracks I did manage to play were pretty damn good. The only one I wasn't huge on was Apotos from Sonic Unleashed, because not only does it look worse than Sonic Unleashed, but it just feels really cramped at the beginning bit, and because of the chaoticness of the online mode, it can lead to it being really damn chaotic. Which goes for basically all the tracks, except Apotos is way more cramped than the rest of the tracks I played. But to be honest, that was the only track I wasn't huge on. All the other tracks were pretty damn good. Hell, some of them have dash rings. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting dash rings to be a thing in this game, but hey, taking a Sonic mechanic and putting it in a racing game, that just so happens to be a Sonic game, hey, I'm cool with that. Also, I like these little Hedgehog emotes. They're pretty neat. Yeah, anyway, let's talk graphics. The game looks fine. I will say all the original tracks look perfectly fine, but I will agree with the majority that the amount of reused graphics is kind of hilarious. And the fact that most of the time it looks worse than the original game. Like, look at Kronos Island in Frontiers. Look at Kronos Island in Crossworlds. It looks so desaturated. Like, yeah, am I glad it's here? Sure. But why is it so desaturated? Like, huh? And graphically, the game doesn't really do anything crazy. It looks fine. I don't really have much to say about the art style, it's just kind of more of the same, really. Also, Sega, please just make new models. I swear to God, if I see this guy in the next game, I'm going to commit crimes. So yeah, I genuinely really like this game. But to be honest, I have such severe Sonic brain rot that, I mean, of course I was going to smeg and like it. It's a racing game, and it's a Sonic game, of course I'm going to like it. But I have seen quite a lot of people be really, like, harsh towards people who didn't think the game was, like, the absolute greatest game of all time. Like, it was a good Sonic racing game, but a good Sonic racing game is not going to be everyone's thing. Especially when it's going up against a new Mario Kart. And while I do think Mario Kart World is much better for its, like, gameplay and its art style and all that other smeg and smeg, I still think Crossworlds is worth playing. If you can get it on sale, that is. Alright, time to talk about the price point for the game. Now, in the UK, the game is going for like £50, which, to be honest, I think £40, maybe 45 would be a little bit more justifiable, but I don't think £50 is unreasonable for a modern racing game. But over in America, the game is $70, and that's not even the worst part of it. The digital deluxe version, the one that has all the other extra smeg that no one is going to buy, is $90. 90 bucks. Smeg you! Also on Steam, the game is $64.99 and the deluxe version is $89.99 in the UK. Now, do I think for the physical version that the game is worth the price? Maybe. If the game just so happens to release and it blows me away with the amount of content that it has, I would consider it. But for all the other prices for every other country, no racing game should be $70. Not even $60. $60 is even pushing it. Like, why? I don't really know how to close this video, so yeah. Sonic Crossworlds, good? Sonic Blast, bad. How do you even want me to close this? Sonic Crossworlds is a good game, okay?
Hi, I'm here too.